Hi, the title of my lesson is going to be explaining division word problems, and the content area is math, and the topic is division word problems. The ESL method that I will be using today is going to be role playing. So the language proficiency that I think this is appropriate for is intermediate to advanced because they should be able to understand basic vocabulary and high frequency spoken words. So that is at the intermediate level, and advanced, they know even more so they can really truly understand what they are doing as they are acting out and role playing. The materials that are needed, I'm going to bring in cookies to serve as a hook of the lesson. So I will divide the cookies equally among the class so they can see a real life application of division. And it's fun for them because they'll be able to get cookies. The other materials that I'm going to use are manipulatives and those little cubes so they can actually use the physical objects and divide them themselves. The content objective is that they should be able to identify which operation to use to solve the word problem, and they should also be able to solve a division problem by hand. The TEAKS is to use a problem-solving process that involves analyzing given information, formulating a plan or a strategy, determining a solution, and then evaluating the problem solving process and evaluating the reasonableness of the solution. The language objective is to use the problem solving domain, and then the active verb they're going to be using is solve. And the ELPS is they're going to use learning techniques such as concept mapping, memorizing, comparing, contrasting, and reviewing to acquire basic vocabulary and grade level vocabulary. The next thing are visual cues. The visual cues I will use are the manipulatives and the cubes so they can read the word problem and then use the cubes to physically divide and see their solution that way. The language function that I'm going to be using is explain. I want my kids to be able to explain the word problem to me, and I want to explain the word problem to them as well. So they really have to use vocabulary, which is going to be an additional language domain for my demand for my EL students is the vocabulary, because there will be vocabulary in the word problems that will cue to my students that there is that it is a division word problem. So for me to help my EL students, I will help them by providing visuals, because I think anyone in any language can understand visuals. And then I will also explain the vocabulary words to them. So through role play, my students can understand, they can act out what is happening so they really have a good understanding and can help practice speaking. And so they will acquire a second language through practice. Thank you.